When Doug Ford became premier 4 years ago, he promised a more open and transparent government. But there's one thing he's been far from transparent about: his instructions to his ministers. Ford has gone to great lengths to keep his mandate letters secret. Now, CityNews is asking him if he'll commit to releasing them if he wins again. Mandate letters lay out basically the marching orders a premier has for his ministers after taking office. Most premiers release them publicly, but not Ford. His government has gone to court to keep them under wraps. The government has lost at every level so far and are now appealing to the Supreme Court of Canada. I'm wondering if you'll commit today to making your new mandate letters public should you be elected on June 2nd. Will you commit to that today, sir?
Well, let's see what happens on June the 2nd. God willing, if we're fortunate enough to win, we're going to make our mandate very clear in pretty well every ministry, what our goals are and what we have to achieve.
The government has argued that the letters should stay private because they reveal cabinet deliberations. But Ford's opponents think there are other factors at play.
I think he is probably exceedingly concerned, if not scared, about what was in those original mandate letters. I suspect ideas like letting class sizes grow, letting the repair backlog for schools grow, privatizing public education, privatizing healthcare. I suspect all of that and more is probably contained in those mandate letters.
It's interesting to hear the Premier on one side of his mouth talk about transparency and his talking points. I think they were in his binder the other night at the debate. But he talks about transparency, and then the fundamental things that would demonstrate transparency are nowhere to be found when it comes to Doug Ford.
Pollster John Wright, though, isn't convinced the issue is going to resonate very much with voters.
I don't think at this stage it's going to matter a whole lot, given that we've got much bigger issues to deal with, such as housing, affordability, healthcare, and all the rest of the things. However, as a door opener, as something to discuss when you're knocking on the doors, the Liberals, the NDP, and the Greens being behind the polls, it gives them a little bit of an edge because they can talk about a hidden agenda.
The Ford government's used taxpayer dollars to fund its court case to keep the mandate letters secret, though it's not clear exactly how much of your money has been used for this. Richard Southern, City News.
This is City News Everywhere.